How can you defeat the Last of Us Cordyceps zombies in real life? Runners. First stage of infection with no mutation. They're pretty much like angry normal humans on meth. For fighting them, you need any weapon that can neutralize a human reliably. A 9mm pistol can be enough, but having a rifle or a shotgun is not a bad idea. Never try to use a melee weapon against them. They will catch and bite you, because unlike video games, zombies don't smack you or wait for you to hit them. They will go for a bite at the first opportunity, especially if there are two infected and you are trying to prevent one from biting you. Having a bayonet on your long gun can be extremely beneficial, not for a stealthy kill or melee attacks, but since infected will rush at you, it can be a last resort to keep them away. For protection, wrap some durable clothes around your limbs and wear gloves. The stalkers. Second stage of infection. They will hide and try to ambush you instead of just running at you. They're also more physically capable. So just like runners or any type of infected, you should not try to fight them with melee weapons. You need some serious firepower, because you might end up ambushed and cornered. Having a large caliber pistol like a 44 Magnum revolver as your sidearm might be a good idea. Also, using hollow point ammo can help. What long guns would you need? First of all, hit the like button. For a long gun, a short barrel semi-auto 12-gauge shotgun with a bayonet is probably best. Why semi-automatic? Because in those life or death encounters, you probably don't have time to rack the gun and can only pull the trigger if you miss. Also, having a laser sight on that shotgun can help with point shooting. And don't forget the bayonet. Train CQB before going for stalkers, because those training can make a huge difference. Best way to fight the stalkers is to throw explosives like pipe bombs to their location if you know where they are hiding. Using Molotovs can help, but they are big fire hazards, so don't use them. Even the pipe bombs are very dangerous, but in this situation, we use them with all the safety precautions, like throwing it behind the barrier that the stalker is hiding behind, and we take cover too. Have some more protection, like a helmet, because if a stalker tackles you, your head won't hit somewhere and knock you out. Clicker. The third stage of infection, happening after around 1 year of infection. Extremely hostile and lethal. Will run at you if they detect you with their sonar or hearing system, since they are blind. Fungus that covered their face and made them blind did not just give them sonar, but also gave pretty good armor to them too. Their head armor has like level 3A ballistic protection, which is ability to stop up to 44 Magnum rounds. But their head armor will shatter after the first shot, like a ceramic plate that degrades after a few first shots. Their body does not have much visible armor, but the fungi definitely enhance their toughness. Do not get close to them, because if they catch you, they can easily overpower you and bite a big chunk of you. Using sheave is pretty much impractical, because you will get bitten before stabbing the clicker. Using your sidearm to shoot them point blank might help you as a last resort, preferably a big bore pistol like a 44 Magnum. Try to take them out at a safe distance. Since going for headshot is a stupid idea in real life, you need to hit their torso with some serious firepower, like a shotgun, whether loaded with buckshot or slugs, or using a rifle, preferably loaded with hollow point rounds. For protection, wrapping some durable clothes like Kevlar or a piece of dog bite suit around your neck might give you a second chance to survive if they catch you, but don't count on it. Shambler. This is not the normal stage of infection, because standard stages are just the 4 stages of runner, stalker, clicker, bloater. If an infected, who is probably a fat person, stays in moist places for a very long time, probably a decade, they will turn into a shambler. Why it's not in normal stages of infection? Because look at their faces. They're not covered with fungus like clickers. Their mouths are covered by fungus, so they can't bite. If they cannot bite, how do they eat and get nutrients? They absorb it. First, they attack using their acid, which if you pay attention, burn their skin too. In nature, some fungi are also producing acid to dissolve their food source for better absorption. They have some armor on them, And as I said, they attack you with bursting their acid spores. So you need a full face gas mask when facing them, because if their spore can burn and dissolve your skin, you think they can't do anything to your lung and respiratory system? It will at least cause suffocation if it gets into you. It can also horrifically harm your eyes, so you need a full face gas mask. And if you're using a gas mask, you cannot aim a long gun normally, so you would need an optic riser at your gun. What gun would you need? Something with firepower, like a shotgun loaded with slugs or a 7.62x39 caliber rifle. Unless you have a hazmat suit, neutralize them before they got near you, because their acid will burn your skin or at least irritate it. Bloater. Fourth stage of infection that takes at least a decade and a half to develop on fat people. They have superhuman strength and can rip you apart if they get near you. Their body is also covered with fungus that can act as a level 3 NIG body armor that can stop 7.62x51 rounds. But just like clickers, their armor will degrade after few shots. I mean, if you survive long enough to land enough shots. They also throw spore sacs that contain acidic spores like what shamblers release from their body. So you still need at least a gas mask if you don't want to suffocate or go blind, and a hazmat suit for better protection. You don't need other protective gear except a helmet, because no matter what you're equipped with, it will tear you apart. Why a helmet? Because it will sometimes push you with its arms, so a helmet can prevent getting knocked out. For weapons, you need a 7.62 caliber rifle or a shotgun loaded with bear slugs. Fire can significantly weaken their armor, but molotovs and flamethrowers can become very dangerous to use because of fire hazards. Maybe those underbarrel flamethrowers could help if they had more range, because you have to keep your distance if you want to leave. Using armor piercing rounds or hollow point rounds can also help. If you use armor piercing, it will penetrate better at first shots and reach organs better. And if you use hollow points, it might struggle a bit at first few shots, but after breaking down the armor, it can do some serious damage to the bloater. Ratking. If infected are trapped in a cramped space and have a huge biomass to sustain themselves, they can turn into Rat King after 2 decades. There is one Rat King in the sewers on Ali's campaign if you listen closely. The Rat King in the hospital was made from a bloater and a few stalkers. They have some good armor and mass to survive some serious damages. My speculation is that if you neutralize the bloater, it probably won't die, because Cordyceps fuse the organs of all members, so if one is dead, others can control the body. If you pay close attention, you see in pretty much every member of Rat King, their brain is pretty much gone. Since there's a Shambler in it, you need the full face gas mask. Hey, you really think you can survive that thing? If yes, then smash that subscribe button, or smash that subscribe button if you like apocalyptic content. You need an AR-15 chambered in 458 SOCOM with a 12.5 inch or a 16 inch barrel, equipped with a muzzle brake, an optic riser, and a red dot sight, loaded with extreme penetrator rounds. Why 458 SOCOM? Because you need power, a lot of power. Best option for Rat King would be 50 BMG, but you can't carry them and use it in closed spaces. But 458 SOCOM is a balance. It can work just fine even with a 12-inch barrel, since it's optimized for shorter barrels and can use standard AR-15 mags and lowers. Muzzle brake can reduce its high recoil, but will increase its muzzle flash and noise, so you will definitely need hearing protection. Extreme penetrator ammo with a 12-inch barrel can give you around 30 inches of penetration, and a 16-inch barrel will increase it to 36 inches of penetration, which is something you need when fighting an abomination that weighs around 800 kilograms or 1800 pounds. One more thing you can attach to this gun is underbarrel grenade launchers like M320 40mm grenade launchers. Load them with M433 high explosive dual purpose grenades that have both fragments and shaped shards in them, capable of penetrating 50mm of steel, so it should do some serious damage. But don't expect it to one-tap the Rat King. Problem is, 40mm grenades have safety mechanism that prevents explosion at range of less than 15 meters, which is for the shooter's safety. So you should shoot its leg, since there is lots of weight and pressure on them if you do enough damage to their legs, especially right leg, because a stalker hand can support the left leg their speed will be greatly reduced and you can make the needed distance for using the 40mm grenade launcher. You can use 7.62 NATO machine guns or AR-10s chambered in 338 Lapua Magnum, but they will greatly reduce your mobility. Maybe unless you use something lighter like a PKM with like maybe 50 round belt, definitely loaded with some armor piercing incendiary rounds. So they're not worth using. So which is the best option? Since you can't get most of these, you'd better go with 458 Stockholm AR-15 with extreme penetrator ammo. Ratking Stalker. Extremely enhanced stalker. It's a combination between a stalker and a bloater, cause since it was directly attached to a bloater, the armor plating and fungal blooms of bloater have grown over their body. For fighting this, you need the same 458 Stockholm gun, but preferably an 8-inch barrel version for more maneuvering in tight spaces. Another good option is MCX Raptor, which is the 8-inch barrel version of MCX. It packs a punch with its 6.8 ammo, has enough penetration, and is compact, but you would be better off just throwing grenades to where it's hiding. Just don't forget the full face mask, because they can throw acid sacks at you. Tell me in the comments, what gun would you choose for fighting these zombies? So what would be the best all-around gun for all those infecteds? I talked about that in my video about analyzing guns in Last of Us franchise, so go check it out. Thanks for watching.